Hey, good morning, everybody. This is the professor with Day Trading for Success. Today, we're going to be trading TSM. We are going to be trading the RV strategy because the stock has news and it's out of control right now. We're having to use the Fibonacci extensions besides just the retracement. So I'm going to show you how to set that up for the RV strategy. This is something that's actually not in their best-selling book, Day Trading Volume 1. This is something that came up through more and more people wanting to trade the RV strategy through the day on any stock because they really believe in historical data, which is what the RV strategy is based on support and resistance lines with historical data, creating floors and ceilings. So please read this disclaimer. I am not a licensed financial advisor. Please seek the advice of someone that you trust before you try to emulate any of these trading strategies. So I've been assured by Thinkorswim that our 1,000 shares will be picked up for this stock. We'll see how that works out. The volume has already proved that it should be okay, no problem. And I was worried about this particular stock being able to be filled through this exchange, and they said no problem. So we will see. Now remember, on level 2, these are multiplied by 100, all these numbers. You can see there's some pretty, there was a 16 that just went through, so that's 16,000. 1,600, I mean. So, and then half of this is hidden. And then, of course, Thinkorswim pretty much has their own little dark pool for market, and they guarantee a 2.7% liquidity. So if any of you are wondering about that, that's how that works. So I do have a group with me again trading live, and we're all involved in the retracement. So I'm going to go over the strategy and how the retracement is brought into the strategy, and then we're going to be doing some trading so you can see how the RV strategy works. So I will have a link to that book, as well as a lot of these custom indicators that I'm using here, which are really make the difference when you're trying to scalp or day trade. So I'll go over those. I'll start with those right now. So this is the scalping indicator down here, and this is really important to just make sure you have this indicator. There'll be links to this all over the place. So green is the buyers, represents the buyer. Red represents the seller. The blue column represents the volume. And then this is the sentiment within the candle. So you can literally jump on the right direction for a short-term move. And I always antiquate it to somebody like waiting on a big wave with a surfboard, then jumping on as they see it, break and go down. Can't really, I guess you could go up. No, you can't really go. Surfing. I'm not a surfer, whatever. But the analogy is you jump on the wave, whatever direction it's going, and surf, and then get off before the move stops. And this lets you see that so clearly. That is a custom script that you want to get. It also has the volume of the last candle. Look at that. So it's actually going up as I speak, and then the current candle. So I can see why they weren't worried. And then you have the multi-chart alignment. This is an amazing indicator. Also have a link to it. This shows you what color the candle closed. Green meaning up on these time increment charts, 5-minute, 15-minute, 30-minute, 1 hour, 4 hour. Each one of those, starting with the 4 hour, there's more traders on those than the 1 hour, then more on the 1 hour, than the 30-minute, and so on. So knowing what they're thinking, knowing how they're trading is so important to help verify the direction that you want to take the move in. So they're looking at their price action a certain way and going in based on that. So knowing what they see without having all these charts open that slows down your platform and having to look all around is really helpful. And what you see moving right down here is the really dynamic market magnet based on the volume profile set for intraday, but then tweaked to go to just a 50% for a 50% range in here, high and low value for basically for large cap and mega cap. So you will see a larger spread on this stock. So I am slightly worried about slippage when I do reversing, but I will be doing reversing. So we'll see what happens here. So when you do hit the reverse key, you're going to slip one way and then the other way all at once. So there has been a lot of talk this morning to see, although they'll fill us, maybe they're happy to fill us because they slip it 10 cents each way or something. So we'll see what happens. They said that's not going to happen. But so anyway, that this market magnet right here, with the magnet in the center, when you see that move up or down based on recent volume at a certain price, kind of tells you where all the buyers and sellers are waiting. So you want to see that magnet going up, pushes the price up. In theory, everything's a probability, obviously, and then down the opposite direction. So this is something that I use all the time now, the market magnet, the multi-chart alignment, and the scalping indicator. With those, it makes the RV strategy support and resistance lines not quite as important, and they're pretty important, but since this stock has gone straight up, we can't really use those. So you should look at Day Trading Volume 1 to really understand the RV strategy, which is amazing. It came out March of 2023. It made lots of millionaires. See, it's pulling it down, guys. So it looks like it's reached the top of its... Yeah, I don't think so, though, because look at the trend. So, yeah, I don't think this is going down anytime soon. So we expected this to either drop right off and correct from yesterday's pre-market, or continue to take off as people learned about everything, good news moving forward, or a news event. Everybody interprets news differently, and then of course, all the short sellers are trying to take advantage. So now, how do we set up a extension based on the RV strategy? Let's take a look. So we have the two Fibonacci levels, right? On a 10-day chart, you snap the line. So here's the Fibonacci level set for a 10-day 5-minute chart from here, and I snapped it just, in the pre-market area here because it was straight up. Then it ended up dropping off, so we thought maybe these would come into effect, these Fibonacci retracement levels. If it started to drop down, they'd be great support to try to play it going down, trade it going down, but as it turns out right now, it's not doing that. And then we did another one, a 2-day 5-minute chart. Those are the pink lines, and we snapped it from there to there on the bodies and got us more, to here, and got us more if it went down. But if it doesn't go down, what do? Those become useless, right? So that's when you do the extensions. And how you do a Fibonacci extension for the RV strategy is you take the most recent low, right? So you don't want to go back more than a couple of days, the most recent low, and snap it to the high. Then the extensions will populate, and there's our first level that would make a difference if it reaches up there that we would want to watch. And those now become our ceilings to watch to see if it's going to play up in here. Since right now it's going through the roofs, through the stratosphere, that's how you do the extensions for the RV strategy. Now, there are different ways to set the extension, so don't start emailing me that that's incorrect. There's all kinds of ways you could do this. So I don't have a video just on Fibonacci extensions, but this is how the RV strategy, we've back tested and found this to be the most accurate. That is not in the book because this is new data trying to get the advantage of trading the RV strategy when you're not supposed to trade it, because the RV strategy is based on a large cap and mega cap stock, a minimum of a $25 billion market cap and a 1 billion float minimum, looking for a consolidating stock to move in between your ATR ranges. So you set you divide your ATR in half from the previous day, and then you set a high and a low range, and then that becomes the range you expect that consolidating stock. So it's a strategy that was conceived for beginners and for safety. RV, meaning recreational vehicle, means that it can travel in comfort and safety, but a long distance. So maybe not going backwards, but and that was the idea of the RV strategy, to stay inside that effective ATR range that's been divided by 2. So you made a high and low of one number from the close of the previous day. Now, I didn't set it here because it was not going to come into effect because the high and low range were way down here somewhere. So it was way below this because it just took off. You can see it just took off right there. So when we see that kind of a move, we try to take advantage of that. No matter what the stock, mega stock or large cap is, we will try to come in and see if we can catch a huge correction or it continued going up. So it seemed like it might be going down at first, and I know some people were trading this early market with the open strategy, but which is another book you should get, Day Trading Volume 4 from the $1 Million Margin Club. And we always say that's like printing money. That's an amazing. So I'll have links to all this stuff, guys. Trading in the Zone, Mark Douglas. I'll have a link to that. An amazing book. Best Loser Wins, Tom Hougaard. An amazing book. So these are all links I'll have, as well as these custom indicators. So check them out. Watch other videos about them, and then learn about them. Things that I believe in that most every professional trader will have at this point. As new books come out, they're called out pretty quickly as being worth something. The Day Trading Volume 1 and Volume 4 are both strategy guides, and I love people who, it's almost like taking a chance, right? When you have a writer say, this is a strategy that is effective. We can prove it. Try it, and see what you think. And you don't get many books like that. And Day Trading Volume 1 and Day Trading Volume 4 proved it. They are amazing, and you can just read the chat here to see the difference. You can see it online. These are amazing books, and you should get them. That's the end of my sales pitch. So that's how you do a retracement. I don't know if this line's going to come into effect. As we're talking, it's going up. We're probably going to get in a little early because of what's happening here. Yeah, I know. They all want to get in, and we've agreed to not take a trade till I take a trade. So I will be quarterbacking. We'll get there, guys. Don't get FOMO. There's no FOMO here. There's always a trade to take. We're always going to have a trade. It's okay. So quite a ways from that. That's 211.05 to give us any support. Otherwise, you just ride a trend and look for these indicators to tell you what to do. Right now, the multi-chart alignment, they're all saying straight up, you have no problem. I am going to be calling out patterns and looking for patterns on the 1 minute, 5 minute, and 15 minute. This is a 15 minute, a 5 minute, a 1 minute. You saw me open up this. This is another 5 minute that I set the 2-day on. Then I have a reduced 30 minute, 1 hour, 4 hour. If you look at the 4 hour, just as an example, there is no way for us to do support and resistance lines, which is what the RV strategy calls out for. So that's why we have this extension to try to give us some help besides the indicators. But it's a more advanced way to trade. I'll be trading very indicator dependent. But some people might call this a simple way to trade because it's just going straight up and get on it. But we will try to capture every little pullback we can capture based on these indicators that I've just talked about. The market magnet, these are its labels up here, the multi-chart alignment, and then the scalper indicator. Now I'll have a link to many more indicators than that. You just look under the information. But for this particular strategy, this is what I'm using. If you were doing momentum, you might want to get the halt indicator. So we have that for free on this channel. So we don't really sell anything on this channel. Okay, guys, yeah, I'm getting ready. This is a pullback right now, but we did get a rickshaw man right here, and I am interested in seeing that because that is saying it's turning around. So let's see if we get an indecisive candle here too. I'm looking at the market maker. I'm actually just going to sell right there, guys. So, bad start. I know it's going up. I know it's going up, right? I'm looking for a retracement off of this. We have a hangman, we have a rickshaw man, and that's all I'm doing. I'm seeing that the buying is starting to drop here. Look at the scalping indicator. There's two different ways to look at this. You look at the overall swale of the move, and then you look at the, which is the longer way to look at it. See how the volume dropped with the buyers? So even though the buyers are at the top on this last one, it's much less volume, signifying this kind of thing, which is exactly what happened. So that's what I was looking for. Now that looks like this is the 9 moving average. This is the 20 down here. The market magnet did not pull up. That was the other thing I was looking at. So most of the volume, price volume, is still down here. So even though this is a move up, this could be its bigger retracement. So we want to look for that. You can't, it's rare that a stock will just go straight up, and that you don't need any help from me or any professional trader to trade that. Just get on it and ride it up and look at it at the end of the day. Right? So to me, I'm looking kind of for a pullback down here, maybe a correction of this morning's move down here to the 206 level. I will be looking at the half and whole dollars, psychological support, based on what the market maker. It does seem like it's maybe slowing down right here, so it's scaring me a little bit. But now the RV strategy typically starts at 10 a.m. ET time, United States. I did start 5 minutes early based on, I was just watching a flat top be created here. So I took advantage of that when we're kind of out of the range. Okay, so that's not good, because that is signifying that could be the end of the pullback. And it already came back like a few. So, yeah, that's not good for me. Yeah, because I could have taken that $400 rise up and kept 1,000 down here and been up to 1,400 right now. But instead, is this reconciling? Yes. Okay, so it's not that. Okay, so spinning top telling me that this is going to reverse, but let's give it a second to see. Overall volume has just dropped quite a bit. This will be our first reverse, and to see if it actually is going to. Charlie's handling the chat over. She was nice enough to get me a large cold brew with a double shot, which is probably going to send me through the roof calling these. Oh, man. That was the third time. So, okay, I was going to say, I really need a big red candle to stay in this move down. So, now the 15 minutes still green. 5 minutes showing us some red. This is all saying go up still. This is saying go down if you were to read this, but not overwhelmingly strong. And the market magnet says go down because it never pulled up for this move. So it's still, the action's down here. This is where your Fibonacci highs were in the beginning of the retracement. So it seems like it's calling this to go down, but it's not exactly going down with a lot of confidence here, giving me a lot of confidence. This is the 20 moving average here. We are coming up to this level, so I'd kind of like to see these go green, but I don't think that's going to happen because a lot of people are going to jump in when this candle, let's see what happens now. We don't want to see that go straight up here. A lot of people jump in. Now they all turned red. Look at that. Look at that. So now the move's down, guys. Now that's our third corroborating thing that we do have a move down for a little bit longer. So get these indicators. They're very helpful. So this was at the top as the volume went up. So it's still at the top here in the percentages. So everything says go down. These are just giving you an edge for probabilities. You can't count on these 100%, obviously, but we always just look for anything we can get to give us an edge. We don't have any support and resistance lines up here that they've reached yet. So we're totally dependent on the indicators, which I feel very comfortable with because I trust these particular indicators, and I've learned to read these. I'm getting better at the magnet, which is new. Multi-chart alignment's a no-brainer. You don't need training. So this one, it takes a while to get used to the two different ways you can look at this. I will be making, okay. Yeah, we're looking for that, for a reversal down there close to the 206. It's a good opening trade. I'm over 2K, so now it seems like that might have been it. So it may not get to the fibs, guys. So a lot of times, there's a lot of rejection off the fib before it even gets there because people anticipate and they don't want to miss it. So that is a turnaround point for sure, which were highs, pre-market highs. Keeps toying with going down, but then stopping. I'm looking at the market maker right here. That's what I'm looking at. To see, wow, there it goes. Oh, whoa, I'm going to take that. What did I get that at? 42, I saw 36. Okay, so I'm going to manage a bad position if it keeps going down. We'll see. I'm expecting a bounce here. I'm expecting a bounce, but maybe not. And if it does bounce, then see, where's our next 5 minute? Not till it's a few minutes away. These are set at 5 minute increments. This is part of this, which is very helpful. A lot of people trade the 5 minute candles. So right now they're all red based on where it started. Opened the 5 here and is going down. So for me to hold in this move in the next two candles, I'd like this to be green, maybe turn the 5 minute green before it pops here. And then what will happen is you'll start to create a bull flag on the 5 minute, which would be outstanding. But I don't know if it might just break through these fibs. So, but these seem to have just turned it around. And now you're making a tweezer move here on the 1 minute. So tweezer move would be the length of the, so it made a tweezer move with an inverted hammer. So look at this. So that would be, I don't know if we quite call that a tweezer today. Didn't get to the top of this, but if you call it that, then you know your move's going to be up to about 208, 25, 30, somewhere in there, the length of that candle. So I'd look up in this area. How do we decide what to call it? What you think everybody else is going to call it. That's it. Because then everybody as a collective makes the price move. And technical analysis has taken over fundamental analysis for intraday short-term trading. So you can learn all about the value of a company and you can be really accurate with it, but that helps you for long-term trades, right? So we're trying to sneak in here before the big boys control the price movement of the stock and the high-frequency algorithms control the movement of the stock. So I'm looking at this. I'm a little worried it's going to turn around, especially this was at the top up here again as the volume picked up for sellers. So buyers need a little bit more. It's not real strong on buyers. I'd like to see this turn green here. I know that's too far to go, so it's not going to happen. So this could turn right back around. So we got to be ready. I'm having some trouble reading this right now, guys. This is very conflicting. It looks like it should go down to me, but, it hasn't completed the tweezer. We got a shooting star here. It's not at the top of a pattern, though, so not really. So maybe a rickshaw man, but it's in the middle, so it's kind of a nothing. And we haven't seen a bull. Okay, so now this candle's turning green over here on the 5 minute. So let's keep that green, even though it didn't turn green before. Actually, we didn't want it to turn green because that would have made that turn green. So now we've got a perfect pull flag setting up. Sorry, I miscalled that. So now this is the one we need to be green. And then we'll get a 5 minute bull flag. So I don't know. And that would move the length of the pole going up. 82% chance. We're day trading volume 2, the candlestick pattern playbook. If this breaks here on the second candle going up, 209, yeah, that's a lot to ask for. That's way the heck up here. So you never know. See how the volumes dropped from 350 to 400,000 down to 173. Very concerned about. I didn't actually see how much I slipped on the reverse. The spread's like 5 cents, 8 cents. Not horrible, but multiply that by 2 if they give me the wrong end of the spread, and suddenly you got 10 cents, 15 cents that you lose, which is $150 on 1,000 shares. So if you're not up like, $400, $600, $800, you're going to feel the burn. So you want to have a pretty good trade before you reverse. You want to hold your ground, have a max loss per trade, have a max loss per day. My max loss per trade is $1,000. That doesn't mean I want to meet. I can get out before that. I'm not going to wait for it. So that is very nice to see. This is a great trade. We just broke $4,000. Is this 2 trades or 3 trades? I think it's just my second trade, right? I went down to start. Yeah, so that's outstanding. So I'm averaging 2,275 a trade and changing here. So now this is a lot of consolidation that doesn't give me a lot of confidence to hold this move. But 5 minutes green now, all right? Look at the multi-chart alignment, and they're all flickering on green as we go up. So now we have a powerful, more powerful move going up. So you get all the, now what would really seal the deal is if this popped up. That means there's more overall volume on the intraday since the market opened up here instead of down here. A lot of volume at the open down here. So that's why what's holding that down. This is based on past data, but it changes the way the mathematical formulas, and I did make that available on the $1 Million Margin Club, how I figured it out. I did this script, and I made the mathematical formula available. So if you go to that site to look up, you don't have to buy it to see it. It's only like $20 or something, but it shows the formula if you're interested prior to purchasing it. Now, people can do their own scripts, guys. It's not rocket science, you know. Now, I did used to be a math teacher, so but I did coding that had nothing to do with stock trading so I had to kind of get into this with this think script. But now I've gotten pretty good at it, and I since I am a trader, then I know what to do it for. Wow. Okay. So the buyer's volume just plummeted, so I'm a little worried about it. I'm actually going to flip right there and bank that. I'm going to manage this position bad. I have $1,000 max loss. I did that a little soon. It appears 51. I got it at 51. You guys doing? Some of you are staying long. That might have been the way to go. I kind of didn't want to drop below 4K. I wanted to bank that in case there was a big flush, but it's moving very slowly, just like an RV stock should. You know, it's just large and mega cap stock, just kind of like a slow moving centipede game. Remember that old 8-bit arcade game? Just kind of like a centipede game in slow mo. When you got to the higher levels, sometimes the game would malfunction and it would go slow. You're talking to somebody that was in the world championships of Nintendo. So that's how old I am. That's how long ago that was. So, and then from there, I went on to, after I didn't make the $50,000 prize and some 11-year-old kid did, and I was much older than that. Nobody wanted me to win, but I went on to be what they called counselors back then, told that I would answer the phone, and I actually enjoyed it. I was already retired, and I liked telling people how to beat the game, so I did that as a fun job for like 6 months, and I was like, okay, I'm getting the same questions over and over, and I'm starting to get angry at these kids that gave my time no value whatsoever. I'm just like, it's got to be something else I want to do. So that was a short-lived, but I try to make anything that I enjoy fun. I'm going to flip there, guys, at 5,700. So I've got it at 207.60, 207.60 on the long. So let's see what happens here. So you started to see multi-chart alignment going red here, and you do have a bull flag here. So this is the beginning of a 5-minute bull flag. So we want to see this go nice and green, and let's see what happens. Now, this is where it turned around before, and that is a bit of a, this might be someplace where I take this level here where I might do a reverse and let it stair step up for its flag, right? Because this is a 5-minute increment that we have a lot of candles to close. This can still stay green, even if it moves around in here a bit. So the long-term traders over here are waiting, or they're going to stay in their position. Wow. Okay, so I might try to profit from this as it goes up, as it peaks right up there, guys. See if we can get up to the top of that. That's 68. So let's call it with this one in the 50s, in the mid 50s, before it turns around. I'm going to try to ride a rejection for a few. I'll take that. What did I get that? 208.60 and got over 6K. How are you guys doing up there? I feel safe leaving this screen because this is going so slow. Right. So the lowest one I see up there is 2,000. Most people are over 4, and there's a couple that are dead on with me. So everybody's making money. We're making money. I'm on a short position now. What's the low here? Whoa, 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 price action coming in. Now you expect to see the market magnet pull up to match that. This is all part of that indicator, and it's showing the strength of what's just passed here, the historical people purchasing at this price level that is not too historical because this is set for just from the market open. So it's starting to average the overall, and if that starts to beat this down here, it's going to pull the magnet up, and that's going to be like a slingshot. Look at it come in to push this price action up. So I don't want to stay short a real long time. Now, sometimes even when it goes up, you want to wait a minute for the correction to happen. So I'm not going to instant. There it goes. So I'm going to wait a second, but I am a little worried to stay short right now. So yeah, that could have been my move. I'm just going to take it there for a tiny short gain, just because it's going to be going up within the next minute, I think. So I'm waiting to go. I'm going to be up. I'm going to be riding it up here. So no, it's not doing what it's supposed to be doing. It's not doing what it's supposed to be doing. I'm going to reverse, guys. I took a hit on that. Yep. So it's playing them. I don't like the fact that the sellers are at the top of this, and even though these are green, we have, see, they all turned red. So 207. So I got back to where I was in 100 plus. I think the play's long, based mostly on the magnet, but I did it too soon. I told you it takes a minute or two. So now I'm reversing around. Now let's see if it's, and now all the multi-chart alignment's going up. So I mean, this is set for a much bigger move than what we've been doing here. So here's the bull flag still forming, and look what happens when this crosses this 5 minutes and this closes. It should start to take the bull flag. So the bull flag theoretically would be the length of the flag. Now you might call the flag started here, 206. So 211, you know, it could get all the way up to 211, you know, 212 even, if it fouled the 82% accuracy pattern on a 5-minute bull flag. That's the Candlestick Pattern Playbook. It's the only book out there that rates the patterns. I have a link to it. And then this basic strategy that I'm calling is based on Day Trading Volume 1. So remember that. And then there's all these indicators that I have. I get asked so many, everything's linked. I keep saying that so you can find all these things, because I know you're going to see me trade. You're going to want to copy it, and I don't blame you. Trade in the simulator first. Remember, I'm not a licensed financial advisor. I do think that by looking at indicators, you can see the future as you learn. I do believe you don't need to know it. You can see it. And that's why I try to call it out. Everything I do, I try to say, this is why I did it. So you don't need to trade with me. You can learn the cues, and then you have the power of your own destiny, which is what I want to see. Right now, it's still hovering here. Now, this is your 5-minute bull flag. So this candle needs to stay green right here. Wow, it's not going to, so it's going to blow the bull flag. Oh, no, it just started. I'm sorry. It just started. Oops. Okay. I was just thinking it was just closing, but no, it just started. So it has time to save itself. But the buyers did drop. Now, I'm not going to try to catch these. I think she's telling you that. I'm not going to try to catch this consolidation. This move showing up is much stronger now that it's a bull flag on a 5-minute. I trust bull flags a lot, in a 5-minute a lot more than a 1-minute. So I'm definitely, these are just consolidating patterns, which basically tells you to turn around. Here's a tweezer move almost that says go up. So if anything, the 1-minute now is confirming an upward move. This seller's indicator is not. This says go down. So yeah, I did blow that one short trade, and there's no reason why you guys can't capitalize on that. I've decided to hold out. I got 7K already. I'm trying to get 5K a day. I've got that broken. I'm not going to let it fall below that. $1,000 max loss per trade. I don't want to let it get anywhere near that. I don't like the fact that this could turn red. I'd like to see some action here in the next 2 minutes. This is a 5-minute space here, which is all part of the multi-chart alignment indicator. So it's so good. Now, there's another indicator that I have for free that just shows you the 5-minute grid. Like it always says set at 5 minutes. And that was a help of a subscriber that got that to us for this channel. And that's not my own in its entirety script. So that's going to stay on this channel for free forever. But anyway, in case he's listening. And that is very valuable because if you get to, you can tell there's so many people that trade the 5-minute. Okay, so the bull flag is going to be made here, guys. This is why I stayed. It's making sort of a flat bottom here too, giving it some support to go up. And the market magnet didn't move down. It's up to where we want it to be. Everything's green. Go, 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 go. I'm staying in this to make big money. That's what I'm doing. Look at it go. Now these could turn it around. So that's what you'd want to look at right here. So you'd want to look at that for a potential. It already did. It was already over 1,000. I should have just tapped it. Now that's the high value of the market magnet. So it's working for us again. It's saying, hey, a lot of people are going to turn around right here. And that's exactly what they did. So you can wait it out, or you could have tried to take that scalp, which is typically what I do, is I try to take it. But I kind of said to myself, stop doing the baby moves like this. They could go bad, and just hold this for the trend right now off the bull flag. So I don't want to get caught going short when this thing really takes off, like one of those big candles in less than a minute, which is it's 207. Yeah, at least 1 point anyway, $1. Now, this did not make it to the top of the column. That's a sign that it's not as strong going up. But again, we have the bull flag and we have multi-chart alignment. That's going to supersede anything. The scalping indicator is saying go, go, go. This is a little warning sign, So, we got to be careful here. But I've got a big cushion. I'm going to write it up. I want to see it break this arrow. And what I'd really like to see is for this to pop up. So if this magnet pops up again, then we're looking, up to here, like 210 maybe. What do we got? So here's the first retracement level. That would be an absolute, I want to turn around at this area. Now I'm only going 30 minutes anyway, so the way okay. So the bull flag is still going. So even if we did the poll, that's from like 206 to 209, so $3 from there, 211. The 82% chance that this will go to around 211 before it stops. That's how much I believe in that flag, that we're looking for a 211 or just below that retracement. Everybody might bail for a minute because they're worried people are going to take profit at this level. Everybody sees where to take profit here. It's 211 or just below it. There it goes. So if you know your patterns, you know how to read that. And that's in that candlestick pattern playbook. But also you have the help of these indicators, which is, Now this one's new, the market magnet, and it's based off the volume profile and very similar to what you can just get on your own without putting a custom script in. But it's not exactly, and the differences can be startling, So it's worth $24, whatever they're charging for it, I think. So that's up to you guys, though. All right, so look at what happened on the sellers and the scalp. You can get the seller's indicator for free on this channel too, which just shows the sellers and doesn't have the buyers. I used that for like 8 months before I created this one. This is like the best out there, which any scalper will tell you is amazing. It's almost by accident that I made this so good. Well, it's been about a year now, but it's just incredible. If you search on this channel, not very hard, you get this for free. Now, if you want the one that's the power of the force like Star Wars, or the one that's the prayer indicator, the good versus evil when you're praying to your screen, that's over at the $1 Million Margin Club. There's links for all those. Honestly, if you practice, you can make so much money on these that get every script you want for like $100 or less. Or if you review their books, there's always a way to get them for free. And I have them for free on this channel, a lot of them. So don't fear. So we kind of froze there. Okay. Wow. The magnet's about to pull up. Did you see that? The arrows are pushing. It's pushed. The volume is pushing this up. Oh my God. That bull flag made everything happen. See it go? So it's going the length of the pole, which is about right here, very close to up in this area, depending on how everybody decides, you know. So now the even dollar 210 was something I should have kept my eye on as well. Look at this go, guys. Go, go, go. Don't jump off the surfboard. Ride that wave. But I am watching these because if it doesn't break this new high level, it's pushing to new highs consistent. That's what the market magnet tells you. It gives you the high of day right here, so you can see it. It's pushed past its value, which is at 50%, if you understand that, of the overall value range. Man, I'd love to see this pop up to hold this longer. I'm getting a little worried holding this. I can talk myself right out of the bull flag thing, and it keeps breaking below 210. I don't want to see that. See how it dropped? Not only did the volume drop, but they didn't make it to the top. Now you've got two hangmen up here at the top of the 1 minute. 15 minutes, nothing but green, nothing but net, so to speak. And this is still making the bull flag with no additional patterns. So up is predominantly the way. Multi-chart. I'm trying to tell you everything I see, guys. And it's even though we've started to consolidate and make some hangmen here, or some might say dragonflies, I just saw this come in here too. So if this pulls up, guys, let's see if we can pull this magnet up. It keeps trying to push it up. This got more to the top of the volume, even though it was lower. There, it's moving. It's moving. It just hasn't snapped yet. Now, when you see that move, there's often a pullback for 1 or 2 minutes, or at least a rest, and then it takes off again. Now, this is just probabilities that I've seen. Nothing's for sure. Like that commercial where the woman's cutting the furniture up with the chainsaw because she thinks she wins the lottery, and the husband comes home and reads the little thing she got, and it says, "You might be a winner. Might." And then she stops cutting the furniture and looks surprised. Wow. Guys, I don't know how much longer I'm going to take that. I'm going to, actually, what do I got that at? I'm going to reverse right there. I'm going to bank that 9,300. I got it at 210.40. I should have grabbed that 150 I saw there. It's going to keep going up. It's going to keep going up. I was trying to catch a retracement, and it's not working. Is it not going to? I can't let this go much longer without getting back to a long position. Oh, God. That hurt. Okay. So I was at 9,300, and I lost like 300 on that trade. Yeah, there's no way I was going to hold that as that started to go up. So I should have listened to myself, kept doing the bull flag. I keep trying to, if you watch me trade, I try to force retracements, you know, because you make more money scalping if you catch it right than just riding a trend. That's why I do that. So I had enough of a cushion to give it a shot. And had I made it, everybody would say, "He's a genius. How does he know?" Now I'm a clown and a failure. No. Okay, so look at this level here for that's our first retracement level. God, it just blew right through it, guys. So we are at the end of the bull flag. So I'm going to probably do it again. I'll do it right there. 9,700. I'm going to look for another retracement. Let's see if I screwed up twice. Nope. I'm going back up. I decided I didn't like the look of that. I'm going back up. It looks like it's going to go right back up as this hits the top of the scalping indicator. So yeah, I should have waited a second longer. Yeah, If I waited a second longer, I'd be at like 90. I'm trying to get to 10K. We're almost done with the 30 minutes here. Actually, with the 30 minutes, we're done, but a half hour after the 10 o'clock start, or an hour after market opens is where everybody's set to start. I went in a little early. Don't forget to subscribe, guys, if you like what you see. There's going to be a lot of new indicators coming out, a lot of different strategies I'll be trading with. Don't look at what's on the channel, because there's an amazing amount of all this free content here, free layouts, free indicators, how to see which way the market's going, how to set up your scanner so you don't have to pay for a service. I'm probably just going to jump out. If this makes anywhere near... No, I'll reverse one more time because we still have a few minutes. If it gets up to the... Okay, so I should have reversed a second ago. Wow. I should have got out. Should have got out. I'm just going to take that. 9,300. I missed that. I saw that going, and so what it's done here, I'm out of position. Yeah, I could have, I had a chance to get 10K. I called these wrong. Oh well, it doesn't make the thumbnail look as cool. But I'm not going to trade this right now. This is just a consolidation at the first. See, these retracements, they're not happenstance how they're drawn. I showed you. So you can expect a consolidation for a little while here until we see a breakout either up or a retracement down. But it could stay at this level for like 8 or 10 minutes, and now it's past our trading time. So I'm not going to trade it. It's getting harder to call. The magnet didn't pull up for it to keep going up. So if anything, it might go back down. And I'm not so sure about that on an upward trend. But the bull flag did exactly what it was supposed to do. That's the candlestick pattern playbook. I have a link to it. The RV strategy with extensions was perfectly called. I made 9,300 in like 35 minutes, 34 minutes, 33 minutes, I guess. The market magnet did just as it was supposed to do. The multi-chart alignment was perfectly helping us. And of course, the scalping indicator, the tool that you don't want to be without. And then this layout has been made available many, many times. If you want it, just in the last 5 to 10 videos, I have this layout that you can download. So look at the different links. And guys, be careful out there. Don't forget to subscribe, give a thumbs up. It really helps the channel. We appreciate it. And always stay inquisitive to new ideas. Always trade in a simulator first. There it goes. It might be breaking out to go up right now. I don't know if you guys are catching that. Look at that. There's my 10K I didn't get. All right. Stay green, guys. I'll see you soon.